Hello everyone, my name is Hasibur Rahman. I'm a CRM developer. I host a technical blog website at hrbtechtalk.com where I talk about my CRM development experience and other technical areas that I have been involved in over the last 8 years. Today's topic that I'm going to talk about is CRM data export and import. So if you have used CRM or you have done any development work in CRM, often you require to use the same data over different orgs. So CRM has this built-in capability where you can export data from one org and then use it in another org or in the same org for future use. For today's demo, I'm going to use a custom entity that I've created to show off the work for export and import. I'm not going to go in detail about what the entity is all about, but just to give you an idea, there are 32 records currently existing against this entity. And just to show you what exactly a record has, so it has a text field, which is name. Then there is the whole number, which is the serial number. And this text box message contains the content of the template. So for today's demo purpose, what we are going to do is we're going to export this 32 record. We are going to save it at Excel and then convert the Excel to CSV and import it back into this very org, just to show that, okay, this is how the export and the import works. So first thing, we're going to export. Click on this button here. And here you will see this option, make this data available for importing by including required column headings. So basically what is telling Excel to store the values for name, serial number, and message over there. And it's going to be a lot easier for someone who is not aware of what column names that you are using. So we are going to go ahead and select that. We're not going to go in detail about the dynamic pivot table, but dynamic worksheet, I'm probably going to create a different video for it later on. But for the time being, let's go ahead and finish the export process. So as you can see that right away it gave me the option of saving it. So I'm just going to go and save it on the desktop, and I'm going to call it for re-import helpdesk templates XML. So now that we have saved it, I'm going to go ahead and delete all these entries because this is the very org where I'm going to re-import the values that we exported. So let's go ahead and execute the delete. So now that it's done, let's go and have a look at the XML file that we have saved. So I'm going to open it with Excel actually. So let's bring up Excel. And I'm going to open from my desktop this file here. So as you can see that right now it's kind of in a very goofy kind of format. You really don't know what exactly is there. So first thing we will do is we're going to save it as .csv. So we're going to browse, and from here we are going to select the CSV format, CSV comma delimited CSV, and let's say we are going to call it original, and we are going to save it in desktop as well. And it's going to prompt, do you really want to change the format of it? And we are going to go ahead and say yes, and want to care. So we are going to close it just to see how it looks. So now those are the two files. This is the raw XML format, and this is what we saved as CSV. And when we open up the CSV file, you will see it looks a lot different than when we closed it. So this one looks a lot more readable, right? And you will see there's some weird column names here. Do not do not modify checksum, do not modify. So these are the things that got saved in the XML format. So for our purpose, we really don't need any of those columns. So we're going to go ahead and delete these columns here, because the three columns that we are interested in are the three columns that we saw previously. Those are the name, serial number, and the message. So we are going to go and delete them all, and we will save them. And it will keep asking you if you want to keep the same format, and we will keep saying that yes, we will. And yes, yeah. All right, so now let's go back to CRM, and just to confirm, we still don't have anything here. So just refresh the page, and now I'm going to go and import data. So when you click on the link, it gives you the option of XML, CSV, text, and zip. Now, the reason I actually decided to do the CSV format is that the XML form that we exported in, I never had much luck in importing it back. There were always some errors, but the CSV format has always worked for me. So that's what I'm demoing off here. So let's go ahead and select the file number from the desktop. So this is our file. We are going to check that, and the first window we are going to see here is comma delimited. It has actually recognized that it is indeed comma delimited, so we're going to stick to that. And from this window we are going to just set default automatic mapping, which is going to be clearer in the next screen, which is this here. So here we will actually select the name of the entity where we're going. So for us, it's going to be help desk reply template. We select this one, and as you can see that it has actually indeed read the file and recognized all the name of the columns, and it has actually matched them one-on-one for everything. So name and serial number were the mandatory fields, and it has actually detected it correctly, and there was one optional field message, so it's there. So now we're going to go ahead and click next, and nothing much has to be done on this screen. So we're going to go next here on this. Again, this allow duplicates is that, so say there were 32 entries there, and you want to add 5 more entries where the distinguishing number, the unique identifier, is the serial number, and you want to repeat that, you can do that. And or if you do no, it's going to either override it or it's going to hold on to the original option that you have there. So for this screen, we are just going to go submit it. And when you hit submitted, there's this link you can see where you click on it, and this window will pop up where you can actually see the progress of it. So this is what's going on, then this is the history of whatever was done previously, and we can see the file name here, and currently it's parsing. So if you press F5 on this, you will see it's actually going through them. So it has recognized 32 records and is still parsing them. I guess. And now you can see it's importing, and it has so far imported 10 successfully. And if you press F5, now it has completed 32 imports successfully. So we are going to just close off this window, and also close off this window. And if we hit, well, I didn't even have to hit refresh here, but right away you can see that all 32 records are back in here. And let's go and verify this one here, if indeed it is the current content. So as you can see, it indeed holds on to the right value. So again, as I mentioned, that this is a built-in capability for export and import from CRM, and this is one way I have always been successful importing data to different entities. I'm sure there are other external tools that I could use, but this is pretty handy as well without actually trying to use any external stuff that is available either by paying or for free rather. So this is the end of this video. So if you like it and watching it on YouTube, please hit like on this and leave comment. And if you are watching it on my blog website, please leave a comment there as well. So that's it for today. Thank you, and hope you enjoyed the video.